As I survived my car accident this weekend, one thing went through my mind. I didn't get a chance to finish this list. Almost didn't get a chance to do it. So I won't mess this up now. Heard it from the rest, now you gotta hear it from the best. The top 10 movies of 2010. And if you ain't seen these movies, go and see them. Because I guarantee you my list is different. And just to kill your curiosity, Inception is not the #1 movie. Alright, let's get it started. Number 10 on this list is Scott Pilgrim. Okay, Scott Pilgrim is one of the most creative movies to probably come out this year, and it's geniusly done. The dialogue is excellent. The character development is excellent. Watching the DVD, it kind of took away from the greatness of the movie, because I like the original ending and some of the lines that they had in the deleted scenes better than the actual movie. Because then now I'm watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, well, they should have left that in. But that's number 10 of 2010. Moving right along, after that we have Toy Story 3. At number 9, Toy Story 3 could have went higher, but man, it's just like a simple movie, just says so much. It's a great story, nobody's over the top, and it's a kid movie, but adults love it. The ending is just superb, and I was just sitting there like, wow, this movie was really simple but good. It was better than all these action movies, and we saw kidnapping, explosions, and breakout of jails. This movie had it all, and it was damn good. Number 8 has to be The Next 3 Days with Russell Crowe. The Next 3 Days is a classic movie, and this guy, Russell Crowe, has to break his wife out of jail. He's been accused of murder, and the eerie part of it is the way he breaks her out of jail. You know, not everything goes according to plan on this. You know, it's not like the usual movies. You take a week and they learn everything about breaking somebody out of a bank, or out of jail. You know, this guy is like an average worker who knows absolutely nothing about getting somebody out of jail. And it was very well done, very well directed, and that is number 8. Now, number 7 is a movie called The Solitary Man. Solitary Man with Michael Douglas. It is a great movie. It's about a guy who was caught in a car selling scandal, who's bankrupt, but he's very intelligent, and he's dating he leaves his wife and older daughter, and he's found this new life on his own, dating this rich woman who has an 18-year-old daughter. And he escorts her to school on his way to a big meeting that her rich father has set up for him. And he ends up sleeping with the 18-year-old daughter and feels revigorated. And he had some great quotes in this movie. He might even win like Best Actor award for this movie if he is nominated. So definitely see The Solitary Man, because I use a couple of quotes out of that movie myself. Next up is Winter's Bone. Okay, Winter's Bone is number 6, I believe we are on the list. Winter's Bone is a great story that you wouldn't even, I didn't even think I'd be caught dead watching a movie like this. You get so caught in this movie because this movie is like so hillbilly. I mean, they shoot squirrels and hunt for food. They're in the snow all the time. And what happens is the dad was doing some crystal meth and selling it, and he got caught, and he snitched on a couple of people when he went in. And to get out of jail, well, for his bail, he put up the house, and it's this little 17-year-old girl who's taking care of her brother and sister who are infant, and the mom is like real ill. And the cops come to her house and tell her, like, look, your dad bailed out of jail and he ran. You know, and if he don't show up to court, we're going to take the house. And then they had nothing, you know. And so she's on this crusade to find her dad, who these people are looking for him, so he's probably dead. And if he's dead, she needs to find proof he's dead so they can keep the house. Good movie. I done went all into the details, but Winter's Bone is probably could have made top 5. It wasn't for these other movies. Next up, at number 5, we got Social Network. The Social Network. Every 5 or maybe 6, but it's Social Network is next. And we all know what that is about, the Facebook movie. And what's interesting about that movie is the actor that plays in the movie, the other bird, who's playing Zuckerberg's character. His cousin is a programmer for Facebook. Amazing, right? So, it's a great story about not just, it's just like how accidents or how something can be meant for something else can turn into something greater, because Facebook could end up being a search engine for the world. It could be the next Google. That's, you know, you never know the possibilities of something, and it teaches everybody a lesson. Don't cap yourself out to sell your idea like MySpace did. Turn your company over to people that don't know what they're doing, and then they run it into the ground. Next movie is 127 Hours. Okay. And if I'm keeping up correctly, that should be probably number 5, I believe. But 127 Hours is a great movie. It's a true story about the guy who got out there on the mountains or whatever, in the desert, where the rocks are, get his arm caught. And he's stuck there for 127 hours before he decides to cut his own arm off. But this movie takes you to a whole different place. Because even if you're stuck in one place, your mind isn't stuck in one place. And, you know, it went to tell the different tales of what happened, why he was on this journey, and all the things he could have been doing if this didn't happen to him. And that happened to me just recently in the car accident. I'm sitting there thinking, man, where in the world would I have been watching the Philly game, watching all these football games, and not here when I was sitting up in the hospital. And moving along from there, let's dwell on it for a second, because a lot of people ask me questions about how they did his, like how he lose all that weight while they was shooting the film. He had lost weight early, meaning he changed Franco. And when he lost all the weight, what he did was they put a prostate over his face to make his face look real puffy and fat. And when he went to do the film, when he got to the point where he had to take it off, he took it off, and he was already had lost the weight before they started filming. So therefore they didn't lose anything. Next up, Black Swan. Now, this is a movie that interested the hell out of me, because Black Swan, being the number 3 movie of all time for this year alone, is a shock, because this is a movie about ballet, and I can't stand ballet. So that tells you this movie's good. Talking about ambient sounds, this is what ambient sounds is. Anybody talking about Paranormal Activity 2 can just jump in the lake. This movie, in the sounds and the opera and ballet, it will scare the hell out of you. The directing is crucial, and it's about a girl who gets a part as in doing the reenactment of Swan Lake, which is about the white swan, and this lady, queen or princess, whatever, is turned into a swan, and she needs a prince to break the curse. But her prince gets led astray by the black swan. And, you know, Natalie Portman has to play the white swan and the black swan. We know she could do the white. She has the nice, clean personality. But she has to play the black swan, which is more aggressive. And for the first time in my life, I was understanding ballet when it got to the end. Like, from the white swan to the black swan. I'm like, wow, okay. Oh yeah, she black swan now. So So, great job for you guys for selling me on a ballet movie in the number 3 spot. Now, the number 2 movie of all time of this year is Inception. You know, that's all I thought about when I was watching the IMAX version, because I saw it in the best clarity you can possibly see it. The ending was the best ending of any movie this year. It had you gasping. It was intelligent, smart, dialogue was there, and it was easy to follow. I don't know what people like. I didn't get it. It was great, and it wasn't shot by Scorsese, and I'm like, this is something else. He might end up losing his pupil, but the movie's great, and it helps people think. A lot of people had these ideas, and it was quite similar, but this is a greatly shot movie, and we all pretty much know because it's everybody's number 1 movie in the world. But here it is, the number 1 movie of 2010, Middleman. Middleman has the best cast of any movie in 2010. Everybody played their role to perfection. It is based on the true story of the guy who basically, there wouldn't be any social network, there wouldn't be YouTube, wouldn't be anything without this guy. He came up with the algorithm or the program to put where you can purchase things online using a credit card. Now, the way they stumbled on this is they used this to build a porn website. So porn was the first industry where you could buy stuff off the internet. Once they saw how big it could be, it got global and huge, and it went from a couple of thousands to millions and billions of dollars. Watch this movie. It's got to be coming on DVD. It was misrepresented in the theaters. Watch this movie, and you will understand why I say Middleman is the best movie of 2010. People still owe me money. They came back and told me when I told them Lock, Stock, and Barrel and Two Smoking Guns was the best movie of the year. I got laughed at. It like, you an idiot. Somebody apologized to me in 2010 because he remembered that I said that and saw that movie. Came back and said, you know your shit. So, watch it, and you come back and see me and tell me if I don't know my shit.